what I really like about the album was the Stone Cold track with you and Lil Wyte, Just in Time and Adam.
Oh yeah,
And
Stone Cold. Yeah.
Lil Wyte was like a surprise type of collab on that, right?
Yeah. So like the Stone Cold track, and this is what's so crazy how this stuff works, bro. Just on like inside baseball. Shout out Jelly. That was a term he used with me and Squints on episode 14 of the podcast, and we've used it since. But kind of seeing how the sauce was made. So it's like Stone Cold wasn't even a track I was going to put on the album. I had that beat from Dub. The way that me and Dub work is like this. If I hear beats on Dub's website and I want those beats, I buy the beats from Dub as soon as whether I'm going to use them right then or not, because Dub sells beats so fast and so many people lease them and buy them that as soon as he uploads new beats, I try to get them as soon as I can if it's something I want, and then I'll sit on the beat until I figure out what I want to do with it. Because I want to grab it before somebody else gets it. You know what I mean? So that Stone Cold beat was one of those beats. I had it. I came up with the idea at the podcast one day. Initially, it was going to be something maybe that me and One did for Troy and Emmett. And then I was like, nah, and then One ended up getting on the other track that's on the album. So the Stone Cold song, I did a verse and a hook for it, and that was all that was on it. I made a post about the album, people giving me my respect when the album drops. Just in Time, who's always supported me, he's called me every time I've charted. He's FaceTiming, congratulated me. He's posted me on Instagram saying, are y'all going to just ignore the fact that Chatty Bobby's one of the best people at it with bars? I've never asked Just in Time to do that. He just does it because he's a cool motherfucker. Well, he hit me up on Facebook and was like, bro, you need a verse from him for the album of yours? And the album was pretty much done at this point. At this time, it was like 15 tracks, right? I was like, well, yeah. So I started thinking, what can I give him? And then I was like, I have this Stone Cold song that I don't have a verse. I just have an empty verse on it. So I was like, fuck, I'll get Just in Time on it, you know? Sent it to him. Within 30 minutes, he had his verse written. He's like, oh, bro, this is fire. I got you. Wrote his verse, recorded it like 3 or 4 days later. So I was like, cool, Just in Time's on the album. Boom. I go to interview Lil Wyte, because Lil Wyte, you know, he took some time off, and he's recently sober. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to give me the first interview since he's become sober, because Wyte has been my dog since 2009. He's another one. It's ChadArmesTV, 2009. There's Lil Wyte, Day in the Lives back then. Wyte has done nothing but support me all these years, and he's never asked for a dime for any of it. He's just a real one. When we did them interviews, we already had done 2 interviews. So his wife, Nicole, was like, Wyte wants you to interview him, you know, before he goes and interviews with anybody else. So I went up to Memphis. Well, Justin was in town finishing their album. So I interviewed Justin and Lil Wyte, and then I interviewed Lil Wyte solo. While I'm interviewing Lil Wyte, if you go back and watch the newest interview with Lil Wyte, you can hear Just in Time recording his Stone Cold verse with Sano in the background, like in the studio room. That's what's wild about how all this shit intertwines.
Shout out Just in Time, shout out Sano, they're in here too. They're finished.
Trying to walk by out quiet and shit. Like,
this is actually, they're putting the
final touches
on the album.
So we joked with Lil Wyte about, hey man, there's an extra verse on that song. He's like, I know, motherfucker, I know. I was like, hey, you want to get on it, bro? It's yours, you can have it. It's all yours, it's right there. You know, just fucking with him. Because me and him's never done any music together. We've done plenty of content, no music. So Wyte says, I got you, I'm gonna do it. So he's in the midst of doing his verse. Meanwhile, I talked to AdamCalhoun via FaceTime. We're sitting there talking. He's like, I'm excited about your album coming up, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud you and John got that song together. And I was like, man, you want to get on the album? He was like, I can try, man. Because he was in the midst of promoting this album with Tom, the biggest album in the world currently. You know what I mean? At the moment. I sent him Stone Cold. I said, look, Just in Time's on this, so him and Justin are cool. I sent him the Stone Cold track with Just in Time. And I also told him Wyte was getting on it. He was like, can you just send me the beat? He liked the beat. He liked Justin's verse. He liked my verse. He liked the hook, everything. I hadn't even heard White's verse yet. White hadn't finished his yet. I sent it to Adam. He said, give me some time. Let me see what I can do. A week later, he's FaceTiming me in the studio, like knocking his verse out to it. And I want to say the night before that or the night after that, White did his verse. You know what I mean? So, and this was like right there towards the end of like the cutoff. And that's how the Stone Cold track happened, bro. It was not supposed to even be on the album at all. It wasn't supposed to be me and Just in Time and Adam and White. It was just a song I wrote a verse and a hook for. And I had Justin hit me up wanting to get on the album. And if Justin would have never hit me up to get on the album, that track would have never happened. Is what's crazy. Maybe not right now. It may have later. You know what I mean? But it's weird how that stuff works, bro.